What is it about Quentin? What's the magic?
Just amazing. You know, it's real music. Like I compare it to real instruments when you hear a song, like you hear Adele.
Yeah, he's the movie equivalent.
It's the music.
Kinda.
It's the real. He shoots real film.
No special effects.
No special effect. The way he writes, people allow him to do his thing because you know, he's a genius.
We rehearse.
Yeah, we
old
rehearse.
School.
Yeah,
Old
you know?
school.
And
So when the script arrived, what did you respond most to when you read the script?
Oh, you sound so much like my dear friend James McAvoy. It makes me happy. Well, the thing for me that stood out the most was the love story, because we've never seen a love story between two slaves like this before. You know, two people who are legally not allowed to fall in love and be married.
Is that true that they weren't allowed to be married?
That's right.
Back then? It was,
Yes, because love would get in the way of commerce. If you loved each other, then the owner of the plantation couldn't separate you and sell you to another plantation. You had to be able to separate people because business came first. So black people weren't allowed to be married and fall in love. And yet, these two people so believe in their own humanity and their love and their commitment to each other that he goes into hell to rescue his woman.
And it's a driving force for the whole movie, isn't it? It is unflinching in its depiction of the slavery, which, now I've got my potted history of America, and I know that it existed, but I didn't realise to the extent of how brutal. And that's what I love about the film, is that it's light and shade, you get your funny moments, but equally you get the brutality, especially the scene where I don't think we've got the clip, you have to go to the movie, folks, to see it, where your character gets whipped. What's it like filming that? And hearing the language that's used as well, you know, it's brutal.
What's wild is that the film isn't even as bad as it really was for a lot of people. So, you know, the truth was even worse. But for us, one of the biggest gifts of filming the movie was that we shot on an actual slave plantation. So in Louisiana, we were shooting the movie on sacred ground where a lot of these kinds of crimes were committed. So the real responsibility and the importance of the film lived with us every day.
And working with Christoph, what is that like? Because he's some character.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, he coming off of Inglourious Basterds, and I was just constantly, you know, showering him with accolades about Inglourious Basterds, and just, you know, to watch him just do his thing. One of my favorite parts of Christoph, when he goes, "Then you're the one I'm looking for," and it was so real, and we didn't listen. Filming it, I think I missed that. You know what I'm saying? But watching it, it was so surgical. It was so like
specific.
It was so specific. You know, it wasn't elevated. Then you're the one I'm looking for. And it gave you sort of a window into how complex his character was. So when you have a person like that you're acting with, you know, it really takes the pressure off of performances, you know. But everybody, when Kerry Washington speaks German, everybody in the audience, as I tell her all the time, they just go, "Oh my God!" They go, "You see, and you see, whatever you said."
And one thing I want to get out from the piece that we're going to broadcast is I want people to, I mean, there's been a lot said about the violence and the brutality and the language that's used, but they have to judge a film by, and you don't judge the book by the cover, is what I'm trying to say, folks, because... Why?
No, when you see the film, you understand that all of that brutality exists because this is a hero's journey. And in every fairy tale, the hero has to slay dragons. So in our film, the dragon is slavery and all of its awfulness, but this hero rises above it all, and in the name of love. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Hey, listen, it's been a pleasure chatting with you.
You
and
too.
Good luck with the film.
Thank you.
Stuff.